Welcome to Radio Bandiego, Your Bands Revealed, with your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
Welcome to Radio Bandiego. This is an exciting day. We are at NAMM's Museum of Making music. That's the National Association of Music Merchants. And why is that so important? Well, this is the place where all the gear companies come together to talk about their gear. And why is that important? Gear powers the music business. Whether it be a guitar by Les Paul, whether it be a keyboard like the EMU keyboards or here, the Fender Rhodes, it's powerful stuff. In fact, we've got the drum set from the Beatles right in back of me. I can just reach out and touch it, but it's protected by glass, so can't quite do that. We've got Crosby, Stills, and Nash over on the corner over here. They've been very instrumental in the business of music as well as in the creation of music. But more importantly, for us at least, we've got the Midnight Satellites, and they are preparing to perform live for you with their guest host or guest performer, Joanna Pearl. It's an exciting time, and we're excited to have you with us. So a lot of excitement going on here, folks. Stay tuned because they're going to be right up here in a few short moments.
All right, this song is called "Standing," and it was written in the thought of you have to take a stand for what you believe in, no matter what it is, and just say what you mean and do what you say you're going to do.
Forgetting all that I thought I ever knew existed, falling flat on my face, I almost missed it, saying all that I did, and you dismiss it, falling flat on my face, I almost missed it, I had to try it on, feel it out, put your foot in the shoe and take a walk about. Find a clue, look into the dark, there's a lie waiting for you. Standing on top, yesterday, failing to find a better way. I know we'll find our exploration. There is no time for explanation. Feeling all that I thought was a waste of time. All I needed to do was free my mind. I had to try it on, feel it out, put your foot in the shoe and take a walk about. Find a clue, look into the dark, there's a lie waiting for you. To try it on, feel it out, put your foot in the shoe and take a walk about. Find a clue, look into the dark, there's a lie waiting for you. Standing on top, yesterday, failing to find a better way. I know we'll find our exploration. There is no time for explanation. Whoa.
Welcome, everybody, to Radio Bandiego. We are powered by the mighty WS Radio Networks, the worldwide leader in Internet talk radio, and we are at NAMM, the National Association of Music Merchants, as well as the Museum of Making Music. You guys just killed it playing, and I wanted to thank you very much for coming to Radio Bandiego and to the NAMM corporate offices and museum. So I usually like to start from the beginning. We've got almost like multiple leaders here. It's kind of like the Beatles, where everyone has their own, personality. Who kind of was the founder?
Well, quite a few years ago, I'm going to say 4 years ago, Brennan, Ryan, and myself decided just to start a little band to play around town on a Thursday night every month. So we kind of founded it like that, and then we happened to find Nick, and Nick just joined the band, and that's what happened. So,
and to find Nick, you had to tie little bells around his feet so that you could hear him when he comes along, right?
It was Christmas one year, and we made a wish list for a drummer, and I thought they were sleigh bells, but what it was Nick walking into my house.
He was ready to play. Actually, no, you guys don't usually do the acoustic set, but we appreciate it because this is the business is going on here right now, and we had a lot of people coming down for the lunchtime, so that was pretty awesome of NAMM to do that. But you guys usually rock it up. You guys are full amped and go crazy. You're going to be playing over at the Music Box here in the near future, so that's going to be awesome. How'd you come up with your sound?
I'll take this one. Well, for a long time we were covering a lot of different genres, so it was kind of cool in a way. I think it was like a melting pot of all of these different styles that we were doing. So when we started writing our own music, I think we got a lot of influences from all sorts of different genres and different groups. And we did an EP, kind of got our feet wet with that, and I think kind of
Where'd you record that at? Up in Temecula or down here?
Yeah, we recorded that with Alex Pappas. He plays in a band called Finch that's pretty popular from Temecula as well. Yeah. We recorded some of it at DML Studios, some of it at his home studio. Okay. And it was nice. I think we kind of got our feet wet and kind of got comfortable playing originals together. And then with this full length, I think we had much more of an identity, I guess. We had more of our own direction instead of being pulled in all these different directions,
Very cool. And what would you say would be the driving passion behind the group? Let's hear from Ryan. The bass player is like the least, always the one who's out there. And I have to admit, I'm a bass player. I'm very envious. I cannot sing and play bass. Takes a huge amount of talent, brother.
I'm still trying, but
listen, he's got a bass voice too.
I guess the driving force is our passion for music. We all live, eat, breathe, sleep music every day. This group, any other projects we have going on, we're always working on music. So I think the passion for it kind of keeps this band going. It's just not going to end. We're just going to keep pushing for it, and sky's the limit. So we're on our way there.
Perfect. And who are some of your influences? We'll start off with Nick, since you're the drummer. Who are some of your influences that have sculpted your awesome talent? And I am so envious of the whole tambourine on the foot. I literally was trying to do that the other day, but I was trying to stomp on the foot with guitar cables. It just didn't work. You have it down. I'm stealing that idea, by the way.
Do it. I'm sure we all personally have a lot of different influences. If you ask me year to year, my influences will probably differ. I know there's a lot of rock bands, obviously. I know Queens of the Stone Age, off the top of my head. I know we're all kind of into them.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Just the uniqueness of their band and how they can kind of, from album to album, kind of change their sound a little bit and just kind of experiment with their sound and stuff like that. So, I'm sure there's a lot of bands that we could just go down the list.
Yeah, that definitely is the case. I mean, influences have always inspired artists and from the get-go. So whether they be the artists from the British invasion who were inspired by the blues folks, to you guys that, like you said, Queens of Stone Age, great drummer in that group. And, it's kind of funny, they first had Dave Grohl and they kind of moved on to a different drummer. But how about you, Sal, not Saul?
Well, Sal, not Saul, we'll say. I think same as Nick was saying, like over the years, it just evolves, and I guess my original inspirations are still there. I really big into classic rock and things like that.
Like who?
The who?
Like who? Well, the who, but like who?
Zeppelin, my Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan. My dad used to have Santana 8 tracks laying around the house, and
that's awesome.
I didn't know what it was, but I just saw Santana on it. I like that. But my first cassette tape that was like the cool. You're not allowed to listen to this music that was passed around school was one side of it was Mother's Milk by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah.
And the other side,
Rick Rubin.
Yes. Oh, it was an awesome album. And the other side that could fit on it on this 90-minute cassette was it was The Wall by Pink Floyd.
Okay.
So those two really helped shape.
So that just messed up your head, and then you were a total rock and roller from there, right?
Absolutely. With a little bit of just. What they write about, what Floyd writes about, and how they play is just leads me everywhere I go.
How about you, Brennan?
Some of the same artists that they said. I definitely, I think I started off my being a fan of music definitely entrenched in the '90s. Soundgarden, Smashing Pumpkins, I think were the first 2 cassettes that I owned myself. Not to be cheesy, but mine and Ryan's parents are extremely talented musicians, so definitely influenced by both of them. That's kind of, I think, for both of us what
What'd you hear in the household when we're going to call out Bill? What were you listening to?
A lot of Yes. Pretty much 99% Yes.
So prog rock.
At all times.
Awesome.
Is it in a roundabout way you listen to it?
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to give him a hard time if you said Barry Manilow. No, I actually love I love Barry Manilow. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bagging on Barry.
Right.
So, and you guys as a group came in to proximity and were introduced to Joanna here.
That's right.
How did that all come about?
I think a big part of it was probably Jackie Bertoni, right? Jackie Bertoni's a world-renowned percussionist. There's all sorts of songs you probably hear throughout the day that he was on. Both he played with Tower of Power, Wilson Phillips, Beach Boys, all sorts of just awesome stuff.
Small names,
right? Right. And we befriended him at a local place in Temecula. We had no idea who he was at the time. And we ended up working with him. He's on both our EP and our full-length record. And he's done some stuff with Joanna, and that's how we met.
Awesome. So now we got the lovely Joanna. You're still too far away, but they put us there. I would, but for the shots, we have to do this. So, Joanna, how did you get started in music?
Oh, that's a loaded question, isn't it? I've always been singing, just concert showers, starting there. But
big audience?
No,
showers?
Nobody came to that. So.
Mom, Dad, when they would come on.
No. Closed. It's closed. No, but I was very shy actually growing up, and music was just always there. I'm an only child, so that was my thing. That was like, my friends are like, let's go play. And I'm like, no, I'm cool in here with the music. Like
that was your friend. That was your the invisible friend. Was the music? That's awesome. What were you listening to?
A lot of different things. The tape thing came up. I got a karaoke machine for Christmas one year, and it had the double side, right, where you can like record and then you could like play. And I remember waiting on like 99.1, like waiting for my song or whatever to come on and pressing record at the right time. And I think it was like a Mariah Carey song. And then I would stop it and I would listen to it and I would write down all the lyrics. And I had no idea why I was doing this. My mom's like, just let the damn song play. Like, what are you doing in there?
Internalizing it. Hey, we're going to have to take a quick break, pause for the cause, because there are commercials that kind of happen to happen. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you folks.
This next song is called Don't Stay, and it was written about when you get to a point in your life that you just feel like you need to move on from where you're at.
down to size. I'll take the Death Star down when I realize. Don't stay here, don't stay here. It's leading you nowhere fast. Don't stay here, don't stay here. No more reliving the past mistakes, the days you cried, the one you wish was by your side. Don't stay. Never-ending night, a beat-up, restless mind. Take a leap of faith, folded, jumping blind. Don't stay here, don't stay here. It's leading you nowhere fast. Don't stay here, don't stay here. No more reliving the past. Don't stay here, don't stay here. It's leading you nowhere fast. Don't stay here, don't stay here. No more reliving the past mistakes, the days you cried, the one you wish was by your side. Don't stay here.
So this song is called Sensitive Material, and I actually got the idea when I was sitting at my desk and a piece of mail came in. It was a little square, you put in to slide your cards, and it said Sensitive Material, and it just made me think, yeah, that's a kind of cool title for a song. You're always looking for something new. So that's what it is, and it's about, somebody trying to give you something, and you're like, no, I don't want it anymore. No. Sensitive Material.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Pretty little package on my front step. Shut the door, don't accept it. Love-shaped box of chocolate. Eat your heart out, then toss it. Enough with X's and O's. I've already got too many of those. Too many of those. So you can duct tape it, bubble wrap it, tie a little bow on the outside package. It's a shame the postmark reads a little too late, 'cause you're dealing with sensitive material. You don't get it, I don't want it. Special delivery just to return it. Oh, sensitive material, yeah. Flowers by the dozen, they mean nothing. They wither away like you're loving. And cards don't heal all the times I've cried from all of your lies. Stay from a thorn, from a rose. I've already felt so many of them. 'cause you're dealing with sensitive material. You don't get it, I don't want it. Special delivery just to return it. Oh, sensitive material, yeah. Say, looks so enticing to open, but I know it's gonna be explosive. So I look so enticing to open, but I know it's gonna be explosive. So I look so enticing to open, but I know it's gonna be explosive. So I send it back like a boomerang. Duct tape it, bubble wrap it, tie a little bow on the outside package. It's a shame your postmark reads a little too late. You're dealing with turn it. Sensitive material. Ooh, sensitive material. Hey, alright. Sensitive material.
We are back. This is Radio Bandiego, powered by the mighty WS Radio Networks, the worldwide leader in internet talk radio. And we've been blessed to have the Midnight Satellites, or what was it, Midnight Sleepers? Was that we heard you were on radio the other night?
Yes, we were on Rock 105.3. They let us know. They're like, we're gonna play your song tonight. And then I listened to it. I'm still like a 10-year-old child. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna listen to it on the radio, you know, my song on the radio. So I had my phone out. Not like a child, but like, you know, like an adult. I had my phone out and I was recording in my car. I was recording like the station, and I was like, oh, the static, oh, it's coming through, cool. And they were talking about the Foo Fighters concert that was happening last night in Chula Vista. And then they played a Foo Fighters song, and I'm like, I'm gonna get some of the Foo Fighters song and then going into our song. So then our song came on. I'm like, yes, it sounds great. And then they're all, that was Midnight Sleepers. I'm like, what? No.
See, at least at Radio Bandiego, we get your name right.
I know.
Mostly,
I appreciate it.
Except for I call you Sal, not
It's Sal.
Sal,
yes.
See, I'm making the mistake the wrong way.
It's okay. So what we did, we immediately after that, we got the midnightsleepers.com.
Yeah.
And we just set up our entire website under that name, too.
That's perfect. That's how you do it.
But you know what? Credit to 105.3. They completely apologized and said, oh, it was Midnight Satellites, and they have shows coming up and this and that. Check them out.
You can't see a concert with you guys after midnight. That's because you'll be asleep, right?
Yes. Unless you get the shoe, the slipper. You got to get the glass slipper, and then you could stay out and party.
Now, you guys have a song together, right? We didn't play it this time around because it needs kind of the full production. But how did that song come about between Midnight Satellites and Joanna?
I think we're talking about the future. We don't have a song
The future.
together.
We were talking about writing a song together.
Okay.
We had written a song with another female talent from Temecula, Lindsay, and Lindsay Carrier. But we were going to try to play that one today. We just didn't have too much rehearsal. But I know it would actually be a pleasure to write a song with Miss Joanna Pearl. So.
And likewise.
What a voice, right, guys? Well, actually, both of you, or all of you, are incredible vocalists. So that's an important thing, because sometimes musicians, it's just one guy singing. Zeppelin, for the most part, is one guy singing. You don't see Jimmy up there kind of singing along with Robert. But, I think that's awesome. And hopefully you guys do a show together as a whole collective. That would be kind of cool. I'd like to kind of get back to Joanna here. Now, you're going to be doing an interview here pretty shortly. Am I not correct? Did I hear that right?
I do a lot of interviews. There's a lot of stuff coming up, actually. I'm singing for the Susan G. Komen race out of Lake Elsinore. I sing for American Heart Association. I love to do the national anthem. It's like cheesy, like one of my favorite songs. And
do it Jimi Hendrix style though. That's what I want, with a distortion on your voice.
yeah. And then we have some shows coming up, and I'm working in the studio, and there's so much cool stuff happening. So
very cool.
Yeah.
So obviously this business is changing, and the dynamics that are going on with this business is changing. You know, what's your take on where things are, and how are you trying to make a difference and get your names out there? So we'll start off with Joanna first. What are you doing to kind of break through all of the clutter, if you will, of so many bands? I mean, it's good bands having a lot easier way to get their music out, but it's a challenge in that there's just so much of it. And how do you rise above all the clutter?
It is challenging. But something I learn over and over again is you have to always connect back to why you're doing it. And I've always just felt like, oh, my music's going to change the world, naively thinking this, But it actually is kind of making an impact, and it's really cool. I do a lot of stuff in the community. With the Temecula Valley Music Awards, I'm on the board of that, and it's giving money back to the schools. I think,
cool. I didn't know that you guys had a music awards up there.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
the CEO was here, actually came out to the show.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so I think growing up in the Inland Empire, I didn't have choir in middle school, and I think that really made an impact on me. And when I got to high school, we had choir. So the budgets and all that stuff, that makes a difference. And there's a certain age, so giving back like that. Also, I'm doing some stuff with the School of Rock, just a celebrity ambassador for Temecula. They're moving in over there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, and again, with the education of music, I think music is so powerful. We can play around with it, and it can be heartfelt and all that, but it really is something everybody needs. And I think connecting back with that every single time of why you're performing and what you're doing and what you're writing, that's what makes a difference, I think. So.
Yeah, and I think community activity is a really big one that you're touching on. That's what we believe in. That's why we created Radio Bandiego, because we believe in the community. We believe in emerging groups. We want to provide a vehicle for that, and it's awesome that you guys are here. And I kind of want to pose the same question to the boys here. Let's hear from Nick over there. What's this industry saying to you now? Do you like it? Do you wish it was like it was before, or what do you think?
I think there's a lot more opportunity out there to get your music heard. I think there's a lot more avenues to go to. Something I just heard recently is it's not just kind of one way anymore. Like, back in the let's say 60s and 70s, you got radio play, and that was your major marketing. Now you have YouTube, you have independent resources, you have a lot more avenues, and it's not just from one stream anymore. It's basically sprinkling your stuff kind of all over the place. Get your music heard in different avenues, different places. A lot of it still is major placement, is major marketing. People with big budgets are able to do a lot more. They're able to reach a lot further. But the independent artist has more power to do kind of what they want now. They're not restricted by what maybe a label wants. They have a bit more power to, if they want to change their sound or do something different or make a change, they're not impacted by that. They're also less impacted by maybe budget issues with paying back record companies. We've all heard horror stories of artists getting signed and getting shelved, and
labels aren't putting out money anymore, so you don't have to worry about that as much.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot more empowerment, but like you said, there's a lot more to sift through now, because there's not previously with major labels, there's always kind of a mediary, someone to kind of filter through all the music and then bring you kind of the best of what they think or the best of what they hear.
Yeah.
Now it's just kind of the floodgates have opened. And the competition's a little bit harder now because there's more avenues. So I think you just have to be competitive. You have to be kind of smart and be a little bit more resilient.
I hear you. Actually, I think there just needs to be more bass, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
There we go with that voice. So speaking of that, a lot of groups are dropping bass players, man. I'm with you in it. I'm a bass player. What do you think about that? Obviously, rock and roll still keeps the basses around, but like pop groups you're not seeing them as much.
Yeah. I don't.
He's like, I got a job. I don't know what you, but I got a job with this great band.
All produced. The magic is made in the studio, and to reproduce it live, you might not need a bass player. You might not need a drummer. Like, it kind of depends on the artist, I feel. But I mean, even with our cover band, we could take a song that's all done on a synth, and we can reproduce that with our own twist and our own style. So as long as we all keep playing the music we play, I don't think it'll ever die.
Yeah, from the heart.
We'll never let you go, babe.
Hey, thanks, bro.
I was just gonna say, I think the bass is the heart of the music.
The bass player is the heart of the band. Remember that, guys. Remember that.
I think, yeah, just to add to Ryan's thing, I really enjoy when you see a good pop band or a good like a good dance act, like even like Rihanna, for example.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Rihanna has an incredible band that plays with her live, like Nuno from Extreme, and all the bass players. Like, bass is so integral in good music. You need good bass. And
I didn't know that he was playing with her, by the way. That's good.
Nuno?
Yeah, I didn't know he was playing with her.
Yeah, I follow him. I may have a man crush. I don't know.
You might have to break out more than words, then he'll hate you for that.
You've said too
much. I said too many words.
Way too many words. Oh, go ahead. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just popped in my mind.
It's all right. No, I was just going to add, Ryan is a very important piece to our band, not only with his bass playing, but his vocals as well, and coincidentally he sings in a bass register. But if you listen to the album, he really does wonders. He has a stand-up bass, and he's really creative with counter melodies. And I think that was one of the awesome things about Paul McCartney, is that bass playing in the Beatles was something that made the Beatles.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Ryan, you owe Sal $5 now.
Yep.
And speaking of that, we have to pay bills, so we are going to take a break, pause for the cause again. This has been Radio Bandiego, powered by the mighty WS Radio Networks, the worldwide leader in internet talk, with the Midnight Satellites and Joanna Pearl takeover. We'll be right back in a few short minutes.
This next song is called Awaiting.
Color me dead and leave me here, leave me here, waiting. Open the door and float right through, float into in you and me. It's you I see. Try to erase all your fears, all your tears. You're drowning. Color me dead and leave me here, leave me here, waiting for you and me.
We are back. This has been Radio Bandiego, powered by the mighty WS Radio Networks. Obviously, we got a little TV thing going on here, and I want to give a shout out to Emotion Web Video, who are here shooting this awesome event, as well as Bill Wechter Photography, because Bill is just a great creative and a visualist, and he really kind of powers what we do here. So thank you guys. And, you know, I want to kind of get back into the group here. When are you guys going to record again? When we're going to? I know you just finished up. You just finished the album. You launched the album. You had the release at the House of Blues. When are you recording again? I mean, we want to jump you back in the studio.
We don't have a hard date at this point. We are working on new material and you know, getting the songs prepared for whenever that may be. I would imagine some point, probably mid next year.
And a duet, I hear, at some point with you guys. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. How about you, Joanna? I got your CD. I'm going to definitely take a listen to it. I'm going to play that. I'm going to keep playing it back and back again and back again.
We just got off of the EP. It came out in November 2014, and from there it went kind of nuts. 3 weeks later, we got 4 music nominations, and have to understand the EP is like my baby. I worked on it for a very long time. And when it came out and that happened, and from there, it just kind of got a little bit more crazier, and started writing even more in between there. And we're back in the studio writing again, working on a single. So there's a lot of the creativity thing, and then also community stuff. So it's a nice balance.
Yeah, definitely. And during one of the breaks, we heard why you were named Joanna. Anybody want to take a stab at the song? Go ahead, Sal.
Well, we were on break. Joanna gave us a little backstory.
I want some bass too on it, man.
1, 2. Oh, Joanna. Yeah. That's a little slow. Well, anyway, the song Joanna by Kool and the Gang. Yeah.
I was good, man. I was.
Are you gonna harmonize with me if I do it?
I was waiting to.
Joanna, I love you. I don't
remember the words either.
People who come to our shows, people who come to our shows know that I drop words all the time and have no idea what I'm saying.
Just make up stuff as you go along. It doesn't matter. People won't know. So creativity, we are in like the house of musical creativity right now, the Museum of Making Music. And NAMM, the National Association of Music Merchants. I had to get that right. I said, you just call it musical merchants. But anybody could be a musical merchant, but to be a music merchant, there's a really kind of a thing around it. All this great gear that we have here, you know, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the museum, but it floored me when I went through there. Bill, I'm taking the Beatles drum set. That's coming home with me right now. So how does that inspire you now that you're here? Because we were talking about some of the artists that we've you know, seen and heard that kind of guide our music.
You know, when you ask that question, I immediately think about all the years I've been in bands, right? Every time NAMM comes around, everybody, can you get a pass? Can you get me a pass?
It's like the hardest thing, right?
Do you know Brian? Brian that works at so-and-so who knows so-and-so and this guy? He can get me a pass, right?
It's easier to get like in front of the President of the United States than it is to get
it's a very difficult thing. And when you get it, it's an achievement. It's a success. And you show it to everybody.
You've arrived.
And then they're like, did you go to NAMM? You're like, oh, man, I can't even believe how overwhelming it was. I was there the first day, and then the second day we did this. So to actually be here, where the headquarters is a very big honor to be invited to do this. So thank you for having us.
It's a big honor for us to actually be allowed to shoot our show here, and you know, thanks to everybody here, Jillian and Laura, and obviously Joe and Bill, and am I leaving anybody? Claire, I had to think about that. So you know, all the folks here. With that said, I kind of like to touch on gear. What you know? Let's start off at the end. What do you play normally? What are you playing right now? What do you normally play as a gear?
Gear-wise?
Yes, bass and.
Well, I have a Rick. The album I mostly did on a Thunderbird.
Oh, sweet.
I don't play it too often, and I just kind of brought it to the studio to bring it. I brought all my basses.
So that's a bass with attitude.
Yeah, and in the studio, every song we did, we just kind of always went back to the Thunderbird. The Rick and the P bass I have are on it as well, but most of it was done on a Thunderbird.
Amp?
For the recording, it was out of a Mark bass head, and then
okay. I use a cab.
Yeah,
I use
Ampeg A10 cab.
Okay, so you go big. I have one of those little light Mark bass cabs that you can basically pick up with your pinky and kind of throw around.
Yep.
I love that now because it used to be you had to bring all these big rigs before.
Yeah, the fridge. I don't bring it to most gigs, but they're nice to have
for the studio. Yeah.
Studio. Yeah. Other than that, I have an upright. That's an amazing upright bass, and that's
We should have had you bring that out. That would have been fun.
No. Next time, we'll do it again.
How about you, Nick? What are you literally rocking besides shoe bells?
A shoeberine.
You need to make a shoe specifically for that.
I literally have never seen that before. I'm floored by that. That's like ingenious. I told Paul, my guitar player over there, I was like, we're stealing that because I tried to do that at a gig.
Well, they make one. They make something like that they just Velcro to your shoe. So I just kind of stole somebody else's idea.
They call it Velcro?
Velcro. Yeah. It's this new invention.
Well, Jaco Pastorius, going back to the bass, he wasn't the first one to say this, but he said, amateurs borrow, professionals steal. So hey, you're a professional.
All right,
you stole that. I told it. You could have pulled that out. You could have said, "I invented this, man. Don't take my invention," but I wouldn't have known that. So.
What I'm rocking? I worked for Gretsch Drums, kind of a subsidiary of KMC Music.
Yeah.
And going back to the whole NAMM thing, I've been pretty honored to have gone to probably 20 NAMMs in my lifetime, which is a lot. And working there for the last 7 NAMMs, I just have to give it up to these guys.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a
Let's
lot of work.
Everybody, our crew here.
Because it's a really big undertaking. It's a huge show. So I just got to give it up to them for constantly just making it better and better each year.
Yeah. And then, of course, the museum here, all year round, you can come around and see all this great gear. In fact, since you're a drummer, what was the first guitar that ever came out that was electrified, that was mass-produced or produced as something to offer? And I think I'm going to get this right. Hopefully your dad can correct me if I'm wrong. Strat, you think so, right?
No.
A Duesenheimer?
I
just made something.
What was it? It ends with caster because it was a Fender, right?
There's the Telecaster, which is
the
known
Broadcaster.
For it. The Telecaster is really known for it. But actually, from what I understand, having seen some stuff and gone through the museum, Slingerin, who makes drums, was the first one to make an electric guitar. That was, am I right, Bill? Mass-produced. Yes, mass-produced.
That was a trick question.
Yeah. So we had to call to the experts here, the museum curator. So kind of going back to that, so Gretsch drums, very awesome. Mr. Sal, not Saul.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
I did
over
the
here.
Sal thing.
I'm doing okay. That's for Saul. Yeah. All right. So, as far as guitars, I always fall back to my Fender Strat. I was Strat, and we were fortunate enough to get a regional endorsement with a company. I'm sure Brennan will chat about, but I really dig on my Strat. And as far as amp, I just go through a Fender Bassman reissue, and also it's my dad's old amplifier when I was just a youngin', 12 years old, starting to play. He's like, I have this amp in the basement of my uncle's house, whatever. You could try to use it. And I looked at it, and it was this little box, and I'm like, okay, thanks, Dad. And I never used it. I just brought it along, because it was my dad's, but it ended up being a 1968 Ampeg Reverb Rocket 2.
Ooh, nice.
So I had it redone on the inside and stuff, and I've fortunately kept it. I played through that as well. And as far as acoustics go, I saved up my whole life, even before I knew what I was saving for my Taylor back here. So
sweet.
I
Is
love
that the local endorsement?
No, I wish, Taylor. Okay. I wish.
If you're listening,
Tim,
Taylor.
Tim, maybe. Tim.
judging you, watching you.
I would love an endorsement with Taylor. Beautiful guitars. We recorded a lot of the album with that Taylor.
Awesome. So we got about 2 minutes left here in this lovely show. So Brennan, tell us.
So The guitar that I was playing today on the show is an Ovation acoustic.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a soft spot for those because my father has a really nice Ovation.
Yeah, I love
that I grew up playing on when I was younger, and I just fell in love with the feel of those guitars. As far as electric guitars go, what Sal was referring to is a company called Sir Guitars. They're actually based out of Lake Elsinore.
Yeah, yeah.
And the owner was a vendor, custom shop, master builder.
Yeah, those things are not cheap, man.
No. And we have like
so his guitar's coming home with me too, built along with the drum set.
I also, when I was younger, I never wanted a Les Paul. I thought they were too heavy and not too bassy and whatever it was. Yeah. And then eventually I got a Les Paul, and now I have to have a Les Paul. So I play a Sir and a Les Paul pretty much 99% of the time. And there's a really cool boutique amp company called Egnator. And I've been using their amps for a couple of years.
Great company as well. So
the search for great tone continues, you know.
We're going to go to the studio with you, Joanna. What vocal mic? Do you know? Do you know what vocal mic you like to
use?
I
do. Neumann, of course.
Yeah, okay. The warm.
I love it.
Just like your personality. Warm and inviting, and it just brings you right in.
Thank you. And then Sennheiser for stage, and then we have the Shure old school mic.
Yeah.
Those are really cool to do. And
we're on Shures right now, so the 58's the classics of classics.
Yeah.
So I hate to do this because it's been so much fun, but we do have to end the show at some point. This has been Radio Bandiego, powered by the Mighty WS Radio Networks. And I want to thank the Midnight Satellites, Joanna Pearl, for coming out, rocking it up. You guys don't usually do the acoustic thing, so I appreciate you guys being able to pull that together. And we're definitely going to get out into the scene, take advantage of that, see these bands, support local music, support the artists, support the local music shops, and support the museum here. So thank you very much, guys. That's a wrap.
So the next song is called Easy, and it has a little bit of a throwback flavor to it, a little bit lean back. It has some, on the record, it has these really cool harmonies. So, I don't know, I always get inspired by the old school music, so I hope that you guys like it. It's called Easy, and it's about love, so that's what it is.
Love is a flower. You hold it in your hands, but it's dead in an hour. And love is a fire. Started out so sweet, now it's burning at my feet. It all starts to make sense in my mind. I wish it were easy, supposed to be easy. I wish it were easy, supposed to be easy. Love is a red wine on one carpet. How am I supposed to start fresh? You left me such a mess. I wish it were easy, supposed to be easy. I wish it were supposed to be easy. let's not make it complicated. Come on, throw out the maybes. I know we got good intentions, but you said stay grounded, and my heart keeps spinning. 'Cause that's the way that I love, and I'll forever stay, forever change, forever stay, forever change. I wish it were, I wish it were easy, supposed to be easy. I wish it were easy, supposed to be easy. Why can't it be easy? Wish it were easy.
So this song wasn't going to be on the album, but it got put on there last minute. I think we actually finished writing it in the studio, and it's about what a lot of our songs on this album is about, and that is realizing where you are and where you were, and just going forward and moving that way. So this is called Travel On. I've been here once too many times. I know the song, I know the lines. I still travel down the road I know we'll end. Too far along, turn back anything. But I saw a place could change everything. Travel on, travel on. I felt it all slip through my hands. Had a grip, I had a plan. It all fell through, it all slipped through the crack. The demons come, they stay with me. Now I walk on tired feet. If I run fast enough, will they follow me? Too far along, turn back anything. But I saw a place could change everything. Too far along, turn back anything. But I saw a place could change everything. Try